ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Azeroth Daily for the 27th of December 2010. My name is TotalBiscuit, bringing you your daily dose of WoW news and comment. Hopefully you had a great Christmas, and here's the news. There isn't any. Of course there isn't. It's over Christmas. Nothing has happened. However, this is a quick reminder for you. If you are currently not playing the game or you're unsubbed or whatever, you may wish to try logging in, because for the next few days you have access to this, which is the Mini Zep, which is this year's little Christmas present. It's like a Tonk, only it flies, and you can use it to battle other Mini Zeps, and also Tonks, apparently, so I've been told. You can see a video of it in the background in action, well worth picking up, and a nice little novelty to grab and muck about with for 10 minutes if you are utterly bored. And with that, it's time for your daily blues. Despite the holiday, the blues have been active, and there are a number of unfamiliar faces cropping up across the forums, including this one. This is a locked thread now, asking, does Blizzard do anything to ninja looters? And the answer comes in from Vrakthris, who explains a little bit about the way the system works, and also what Blizzard will investigate and what they won't. I would recommend that any of you unsure about Blizzard's policies on so-called ninja looting go and have a read of this particular post right here. Link is in the description below this video. Or you can pause. That works too. It's a magical thing, pausing, I know. I have a feeling that Krithto has had a little bit too much of the Christmas spirit. I have no idea what he's even going on about here. Honestly, I'd love to know. But he does mention a song by the name of Sunshine, Lollipops, and Rainbows Everywhere, and I have no interest in singing the rest of that. And something that I then had to go onto YouTube to look at, and now I'm scarred for life. So thank you very much, Krithto. I hate you with every fiber of my being. And this one. Oh, Rigarius got himself a new Christmas gift. It's a hammer from Great Father Winter, and he just can't wait to try it out. And this is a reminder to those of you who think it's a good idea to post crap on the forums while the blues are, quote, on holiday. It isn't. Don't do it, kids, unless you like fresh gift wrap bands, and I know that I've given out more than one over the Christmas period. Don't be an arsehole, and everything will be just fine. And with that, it's time for your daily grind. This one is an interesting follow-up to the quest Welcome to the Machine, which you might remember. Welcome to the Machine was something I did during the beta. I declared it the best quest ever. It's now the second best quest ever, because Peacebloom vs. Ghouls is the best one. But whatever the case, it allows you to give out quests. However, there is a hidden follow-up to this, which is not directly linked. If you fly over to where you ordered Kingslayer Orcus to go and quest, you will find him drowning in the water. You save him from the water, and he will then play a cutscene for you. You will also start a little quest line about reviving his dead frostworm that somehow ended up getting its ass kicked during the battle with the mage and the angry dwarf. I have no idea how he managed to screw it up so much, but hey, there you go. And with that, it's time for Machinima Mondays. I have sort of a love-hate thing for Gnome Chewer. Gnome Chewer sometimes produces things which are either really entertaining or really creepy or profound or just plain great in terms of being artistic. And then, sometimes he produces artsy-fartsy, pseudo-intellectual, pretentious garbage. However, in this case, I am happy to report that this is a genuinely creepy Christmas movie. Yes, this should get you in the Christmas spirit if you're not already. Yes, we're still going through the 12 days of Christmas, we can mention that, it's all good. And this is about a tortured undead scout, and indeed the Scarlet Interrogator, who you might remember. I like this video an awful lot. It's got some great imagery in it, it's genuinely creepy. Animation quality could be better in places, it's a little stilted, it's a bit of a mixed bag, and I feel that he might have overdone the filters somewhat, as he is somewhat prone to do. Regardless, however, it does have great imagery, it's genuinely creepy, and it is suitably creative and properly tied into the actual game, which a lot of Machinima really isn't these days, it's just using the engine. This is actually genuinely tied into a very minor part of the lore that a lot of us will remember from leveling up in the old world. It is with that I awarded 4 trolls out of 5. The full video can be watched by clicking the link that you see on the screen right now, or by looking in the description below after this video is done. Double feature! Yes, indeed, it's time for Postcards from Azeroth. Since I didn't do this on Friday because it was Christmas Eve and I was spending time with the family, I thought it only fair that we do it today. The contest, folks, was to submit postcards from Azeroth, screenshots that were Christmassy, and we had over 250 entries, and I've picked some of what I think are the best. So let's kick it off right here. I particularly like this excellent shot right here, even though it is a gnome, but I can forgive it because of the use of the Northern Lights effect in the background, of course the Aurora Borealis. Big fan of that one, a very nice use of things which are already in the world to create a suitably Christmassy scene. There were quite a few shots on this particular theme, but I'll choose this one specifically because he's asking for the correct race for Christmas, which I think is a very positive outlook, indeed a New Year's resolution for you there. Big fan of that. This one, I just love the composition of this, honestly. It's just such a perfect shot with the chili penguin in the background right there, and the cheesy grin on the goblin's face. Big fan of that. This one is what happens when you have a little bit too much Christmas spirit, ladies and gentlemen, so do be careful and try to clean up the mess afterwards. This I like simply because it's just a nice shot. It's good angles, a lot of detail in there, and the nice little bit of text to the side there, a little bit of calligraphy did really help make it look like something that would genuinely be found in a Christmas card or postcard. This one right here is a bi-curious Worgen. I don't really want to know the results. Keep it off my servers, please. This one couldn't really get any more Christmassy if it tried. Let's just throw everything we possibly can in here, just to make it extra Christmassy. Yes, indeed. That's a good shot right there. This one is a stack of reindeer. What else do you need to know? It's a stack of reindeer. This I liked, again, a very nicely taken shot. Good little bit of shining around there, not going overboard with the light bloom and the god rays there, but it's a nice shot nonetheless. And I particularly like the contrast there between the Christmassy wreaths and, of course, the devastated towns of Stormwind. And the winner, ladies and gentlemen, has got to be this one right here, simply because not only does it look great, but a lot of effort has clearly been put into doing this, bearing in mind that the player in question would have had to have fallen from a great height at a very specific angle and position in order to make it land like this. A Spirit of Redemption right here on top of the Orgrimmar Christmas tree. I'm sorry I've lost your name, so please send me a message over Facebook with the account that you used so I can verify it and give you your 60-day time card for your region. I did troll through the images again, I just couldn't find this one the second time. There are so freaking many, and more keep getting submitted. Anyway, whatever the case, congratulations, and a great set of shots from everyone there. There are more if you wish to have a look. Go on the Facebook page, click the images, you can cycle through all of the Christmassy screenshots submitted. And with that, it's time for the mailbox. This one comes in from Nobar, who says, Dear TotalBiscuit, I'm having trouble deciding whether or not to server transfer. On my realm, the Horde cannot win TotalBarad due to the way that the battle plays out. I joined a guild that suited my needs, but I have considered transferring to get access to Barad Hold and the speedy rep gains within. Should I wait for Blizzard to fix the TotalBarad battle, or should I bite the bullet and go to a high Horde realm? TotalBarad is basically a rotating turtle, and the problems are best explained here with his article, The Problems with TotalBarad, which I've put in the description below this video for your perusal. Yeah, TotalBarad's not very popular, is it? It's because it's not very good. It's sad that people even have to consider moving realms in order to get access to Barad Hold, of all places. Barad Hold is just VOA 2, and I despised VOA for everything it represented. Explain to me exactly why PvPers should have to fight in order to get access to a PvE dungeon, and indeed why PvPers should go into a PvE dungeon in order to get access to gear that should rightfully only be given to them via PvP. It has bothered me for a very long time, for the past couple of years, that the VOA syndrome actually exists, and Blizzard has continued it for no good reason at all into Cataclysm, and indeed is asking people to go into a battleground style environment that doesn't work properly and has a bunch of very real problems that need to be addressed in order to get access to this gear. Personally, if I were you, I'd stick with a good guild. At the end of the day, it's Barad Hold, and you're really going to hate yourself if you bail out of a good guild just to get access to gear that you're going to feel cheap getting anyway. Oh, look at this free tier 11 for killing this boss. At least it's a little bit harder than the Archivon boss was initially, but still, it's a bad principle that Blizzard should have abandoned in Wrath of the Lich King, to even think about having this lottery for Vicious Gladiator's gear in Tier 11 simply from killing this particular raid boss. This one I'm gonna leave anonymous because it is an incredibly dumb email. I just want to point it out anyway. Please don't send me emails like this. I tried to group with guildies for dungeons and PvP pre-mades, but I'm in a role-playing guild in a very high position. My server is a RP PvP server, so I tried to get my guild to PvP and RP. Well, apparently, on my server, the Horde PvP's pwning everyone in sight, and half the alliance just sits there role-playing. With over 600 people in my guild, I'm trying to set up just a small PvP team of 35, but having 2 Holy Paladins and 8 PvP classes on at the same time isn't that easy, and I'm not leaving my guild, please help. You rolled on an RP PvP server, and you seem to be complaining that your guild is doing too much RP. What are you doing wrong here? I can think of a few things. Please don't. Yeah, people might be getting the impression that I'm becoming some kind of agony, and agony is all you will get if you send me stupid emails. Next one comes in from Tom, who asks, this is a simple question, hopefully, so I want to get back into retail again after playing private servers. Tut. I downloaded BC and Wrath of the Lich King for free from these websites, but they don't give CD keys for retail account upgrading. So do I have to buy BC, Wrath of the Lich King, then Cataclysm separately to play fully, or can I just buy Cataclysm and will I get all the previous content as well? Yeah, you have to buy all of them. It's as simple as that. Right, here's what you get. Here's a feature comparison. If you buy just the basic game, then you will get access to 1 to 60 content. Yeah? All of the revamped old world is available to you. But you can't roll any of the new races. So you can't roll Goblin, you can't roll Worgen, and you can't roll the TBC races, i.e. Blood Elf and Draenei. Once you hit level 60, your training will be capped, so you can't go any further than that. You can't level up past that. Once you get TBC, you will gain access to those 2 new races, you will gain access to the Outlands content, your level cap will then be set to 70, and you will also be able to go to Silvermoon and the Exodar. Why you'd want to do that, I really don't know, but hey, you can. If you buy Wrath, then you'll gain access to the Northrend continent. Your level cap will be set to 80. You will also get access to a Death Knight if you're able to get any of your characters to level 55 or higher. And then when you buy Cataclysm, you will gain access to absolutely everything. But yes, you do have to buy the preceding stuff in order to get access to the next part of it. What I would recommend for anyone that's either getting back into the game after a long time in retirement, or alternatively is just buying it new, just buy the base game to start with, go 1 to 60, see if you're still into it. If you think you're going to go further than that, then buy Burning Crusade, onwards and so forth. Some people might say that it's worth getting all of them simply so you can get access to Goblin and Worgen as your first, but honestly, I wouldn't. To me, the Goblin and Worgen starting experiences are for people that have already done some of the older starting areas, because they'll get an awful lot more out of it, since they won't be completely confused as to what's going on, and they'll be able to immerse themselves in the story and the funny moments far better than a new player would. So like I say, that alt leveling is designed for existing players, not for new ones, in my honest opinion. Whatever the case, that's how you do it. Those are the features, give or take, that you gain access to. There's a few other things, but nothing that you really need to worry about. That's the major content that you'll be missing out on if you do not buy the expansion packs. And don't play on private servers, ladies and gentlemen. You will always get an inferior experience to an official server, and you are putting yourself at risk of God knows what. So, yeah, just don't. There are other things you can play that are free, that are not World of Warcraft if you are particularly short on cash, and I'd recommend you just go for those instead. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so I suppose we need a Postcards from Azeroth theme for this week. Well, I would like you to take a picture for me, which involves bears. Yes, bears of some description. Nice and easy theme, something very loose and very vague for you. Something involving bears. The best shot, the funniest shot, the most clever shot will receive a 60-day time card. I only accept posts on the Facebook page, so please do that. Facebook page is accessible by clicking the F button at the top of my channel page, or alternatively going to facebook.com/cynicalbrit. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.